Your YouTube, I'm back with another video, man. I literally just walked in the house, like got my keys in my hand still. How you guys doing? I'm doing great, man. Like today was a positive, real positive day, man. You know, nothing but blessings. Thank the man upstairs. I woke up this morning. I'm in the land of the living. You know, as long as you living, you got opportunity to go out here and be the best person you could possibly be. I can't even talk today. I'm over here trying to be, you know, what's the dude name? Dang, I can't even think of his name. The pastor. The famous pastor. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The black dude with the bald head. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm over here trying to be like him. But anyway, enough of all that. Yeah. But no, positive days, productive days. That's the type of days I like to have, man. I'm over here swinging my hat. My dog think I'm ready to hit her with it. See, domestic violence. But yeah. But nah, in today's video, man, I want to talk about how much it cost me to go Kswap. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go over everything that I paid for, and I'm gonna try to pull up screenshots of everything that I paid for. If that makes sense. I think that made sense. I said that right. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. First, I want to say, man, like, let's go back about a year. Okay, so a year ago, like, I didn't expect to go Kswap at all. Okay, it was not in my intent. It was not in my plans to go Kswap for a while. You know, I was gonna go Kswap with another car, actually. The sedan that is on this channel, man, that was not supposed to be Kswap. My plans with that was to take the single cam that was in it, build it, get a 4-piston head for it, big turbo, and yeah, that was my plans for it, because I knew nothing about Kswaps. I knew nothing about K series in general. I didn't like the idea of a timing chain. I like my belts. You know, I like the D series belts, the B series belts, you know, the H series. I like the old school. I wasn't a fan of, what do you want to call it, the hybrid motors, what am I talking about? The new modern motors. I wasn't a fan of those. I like the older Honda motors, you know. So K series, it wasn't my comfort zone. So I think it was go back a year ago, actually almost 2 years now. Yeah, it's about 2 years ago now. I was at a junkyard looking for, you know, parts for my single cam. I think it was a transmission I was looking for my single cam, because I had just did an automatic to manual swap in the EK, and I say about a month or two, I had it swapped over from automatic to manual, and I completely destroyed second gear on the D series tranny. So I went to junkyard, looked for a D series tranny, and I came across a 2004 Honda Accord with a 5-speed in it. Transmission still was intact. Nobody ever touched the car. Nobody even noticed the car had a 5-speed in it, because around my area, when there's a K series in the yard, that's either a K24A2, K20A2, or an EP3 with the fucking, sorry with the cussing, an EP3 with the pulley on it. That transmissions, K24A2, K20A2, anything with a real VTEC in it, it's gone within like the first day or first couple of hours that's out in the yard. So for me to come across it, I was like, yo, I got to get this now, because I had all my tools to take out a transmission out of a single cam. So the same tools I used I was gonna use to get out the transmission out of a single cam. I use the same tools to get out that, that 5-speed Accord tranny. So that's how this whole Kswap thing started. I was like, yo, I got a transmission. Normally these go for like $500 to $1,000, which I wasn't paying for a transmission at the time. I didn't have that much funds at the time. I make more money now. I'm grateful for that. I still don't make, a crazy amount of money to go out here and say, okay, let me drop 20, 30,000 to a Kswap. Let me get the top name brand, parts that all these, well-known guys on Instagram, sponsor guys, what they're grabbing and putting on their cars. Let me not go that route, but let me see what I can, do and find alternatives and actually say I'm Kswap. So that's what this video is about, people that are in the same situation as me and can't necessarily go out here and go on, H Motors, JDM, whatever website to buy a full swap. You like me, you go to your local junkyard and try to, and see if you're lucky. So this video is for you, my friend. So let's get into all the things I paid for. All right, so I got my eBay purchase history from 2021. And yeah, just about everything is on here. I have a couple of other things that I didn't purchase off of eBay, and I will make sure to tell y'all about that. And it's also some things that I had to repurchase because I purchased off of eBay. So you have to be careful with that as well, and I will get into that. So let me flip this camera around, and I'm gonna start from the bottom to the top. All right, so before I even show y'all this screen, the first thing I want to say is I went to the junkyard, got my transmission and my motor. I did not go on the website. It was not mailed to me. I picked it up myself. I saved a lot of money doing that. I also don't have a full true VTEC motor, and I'm going to get into that in a couple of seconds. Okay, so normally, I'm going to just be completely real with you right now at this time and moment. A K20A2 motor or a K24A2 motor, which both of those have full VTEC, a JDM K20 or K24A JDM motor. I would say the USDM, they go for about, I'm not 100% on this, so don't kill me for this. I would say anywhere between $700 to $900 for USDM. Now, if they're JDM, they have a little bit more compression, so the people are going to want more money for those. I would say anywhere between $800 to $1,000 for the JDM motors. You're going to pay about $100 less for the US version. That's just what I've been seeing. I haven't gone and checked, all sources. I haven't been on eBay or I haven't been on Instagram checking for, those motors prices. I just based off of what I've been seeing over the past 6 months to a year, anywhere for a US motor, it's K20 or K24 with true VTEC, anywhere between $600 to $900. JDM, $700 to $1,000. That's just what I've been seeing. I could be completely wrong. Things could have changed. I have not been shopping for motors. I haven't been looking at motors. So there goes that. Now what I want to tell y'all is I have a K24A4. The K24 that's not fast. It's for the economy. You save gas, the gas saver. It comes in the Accords. It comes. I only know them coming in the Accords. The K24A4, the Accord, and the CRV is K24A1, I believe. Yeah. Has 9-to-1 compression. Good for boost. It makes 160 horsepower out of factory, same as like the B18, B16. You know, it's definitely an upgrade from a single cam, you know, header intake, that sort of thing. It's definitely an upgrade for me. I do not know how a K24 feels in full power yet, because my car is currently in limp mode. If you check out last video, I explained that in the last video. So it's not a bad alternative. Like I said, you're not gonna get the 200 horsepower easy like you can with a K24A2 or a K20A2. You're not gonna get that 200 horsepower easily like you can with those motors, because it has VTEC on the intake and exhaust side. With the K24A4, I believe it only has VTEC on the exhaust side or the intake side. It's only VTEC on one of those sides. It's not on both. So you're gonna have a loss of power compared to the K24A2s and the K20A2 or the JDM versions. You're gonna have a loss of power. You're not gonna make power that easily. However, you can add power to the K24A4 and it will make power and it will handle it. To be safe, I would say the K24A4, you can make 300 to 350 horsepower safely without blowing a ride through the block. 400, you're pushing it. It can handle 400, but you're pushing it. So 300 to 350 horsepower in a light car, that's pretty fast, man. You're not gonna have VTEC. You're not gonna have full VTEC, of course, but you're gonna have the power. The power is there. The car is gonna show you it can still perform. So, you know, it's not a bad alternative. If you want to put nitrous on it, you want to put a turbo on it, it's perfect for turbo. Nitrous, you got to be careful. You got to know what you're doing. You know, dry shot, you can run a dry shot without a tune, which I'm doing. I'm going to get into why my computer, my ECU was so cheap, because I'm not running any program. I'm running a straight stock ECU, and I'm going to run a dry shot of nitrous. If it blows, it blows. I only paid a certain amount. All right, so enough of me talking. Let's get into this pricing. You know, I just wanted to inform people a couple of things. But K24A4 out of the junkyard, out of an '05 Accord, I paid $200 for that motor, junkyard. That is very cheap. You might even be able to find it for cheaper online, or if you know someone, because K24s, A4s, those are like junk to everybody. You know, anybody in the Honda community look at the A4 as, okay, I can't do nothing with this motor. It doesn't make power. You know, these are guys that are planning on going all motor. You know, most of the time at A4 they throw it out. You know, the A4, you can use the block and put Type S internals, you know, TSX rods, you know, that sort of thing. You could do that. But if you're on a budget, this video is for you. Again, if you're here on this point of the video, you could have left in the beginning. If you want to learn how to go on a budget Kswap, this video is for you. That is why I am prolonging this video, because I am trying to help the people out there that want to go Kswap. They want to have fun. They want to take the car to the track, run a decent time. This video is for you. So let me get into my purchase history on eBay. All right, first things first. First thing I purchased on eBay. Let me make sure I'm not showing too much. Okay, we're good. First thing I purchased, July 8th, 2021, 2 days before my birthday. I started a Kswap. I paid $289, call it $290. Let's call it $300. I paid $300 for my harness. That's the guy that right here is the seller. You can look them up on eBay. You can look up names on eBay. I'm literally giving you guys the blueprint right now if you want to go budget. Will these parts last you a long time? Time will tell. You know, from me personally, everything I've bought on this list has been quality. I have not purchased anything on this list that was not good quality. So let me just say that. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I will say one thing. OEM, original manufacturer, will outlast any aftermarket part in any type of car. It doesn't matter if it's domestic, import, it does not matter. The OEM parts will always last you longer than the aftermarket. Keep that in mind. Okay, next, we got my radiator setup. PLM, passenger side radiator kit. I paid $300. Here's the seller. If you've been on my channel, this radiator, I had to purchase it again. Not the same radiator, but I had to purchase another radiator again because I was moving too fast. I had the radiator in the car before I did the swap. So as I was putting the motor in the car, the motor caught onto the fins of the radiator, and yeah, I destroyed the radiator. So when I went to go do my somewhat of a first drive, the radiator exploded on me. Cool, no biggie. Purchased another radiator. I just bought it over the weekend. How much did I pay for that radiator? I paid $60 for an off-brand aluminum radiator. Cool. It replaces it. It's not a name brand. It's not PLM. Doesn't have $300 price tag, but it's good quality. That's what matters to me. I don't care if it doesn't have a name brand. As long as it's good quality, that's what matters to me. You know, most people have a good judge of character when something is good quality. If it feels flimsy, if it's real plastic and it just doesn't feel right in your hands, that's how you know you're dealing with cheap stuff. So watch out for that type of things. Next, my fuel rail and the line. You know, a lot of people go with this. If you go on Instagram or Google, look up Kswaps, you see a lot of that on people's motors. The K series, the eBay special, $280. You can't beat that. You know, K-Tune and AEM, stuff like that, you're probably gonna pay you're gonna pay $300 plus tax. Just throwing it out there. You know, you can pay about $60 to $100 more. You're really not gonna get much of a difference in performance. You know, why not save that $60 and purchase something else that you need for your car? You know what I'm saying? So there's the seller, K-Motor Performance. Like I said, very popular option for field management, or not field management, but you know, fuel rail and fuel lines. Hasn't failed me. I haven't had a leak. I haven't had none of that. So definitely a good option. Clutch. Take what I say with a grain of salt. I don't know how this clutch is gonna hold up. You see the price tag. It didn't come as blue. It came in as purple in the mail. So I don't know about this clutch. It is in the car right now. It goes in the gear. I go through all the gears, but I have not pushed the clutch. I have not raced with it. I have not done none of that. I've just simply driven the car. So if you wanna just take it easy, cool, go with this. I don't know how long it'll last you. I don't know if it'll explode. Do not take my advice on this clutch. You know, I am going to switch out my clutch actually once I actually am racing, like my car is being pushed to its limits. I'm going to change to action clutch. Action clutch is well known. Nobody ever has any type of negative feedback about action clutch. Whatever, you know, stage clutch you're going with depends on your setup. So stage two for me in any clutch would be fine. I'm not planning on making big power in this car yet. Eventually I'll change it out to a twin disc and all that, you know, all the expensive stuff. So with this clutch kit, take what I say with a grain of salt. You want to buy this? Go ahead. I'm not telling you it's going to work. I'm not telling you it's going to last. I'm just telling you it works for me at the moment. I have not raced with it, so keep that in mind. Here is the seller right here. Now, here's the part that everybody was confused about. My ECU. I bought a normal RSX ECU for $350. Here's the seller. I don't even know if he's selling the ECUs anymore, but you can send off an ECU. You can send off a stock ECU to this guy right here, and he will unlock it for you. I don't know what he does, but however, I have no chip in my ECU. There's no nothing. He unlocked it. I'm using it. It runs. Everything works perfectly fine in my car with the stock RSX ECU. This is the 04, the first gen of the RSX, not the second gen where you gotta have K tuner and all that. This is the first gen of the RSX. That's the ECU. So right now I'm running this ECU in my car. It works fine. So if you wanna send off an ECU to him, I got lucky and got the whole ECU for $350. Plug and play, it runs. I can race. You know, I don't need a tune because of what I have on my car. I plan on running basically 50 to 75 shot of nitrous. I'm gutted and see how it goes. Like I said, this is going to be a complete budget series. If it blows, if my car blows up, I was expecting it. So guys, I don't need the slander. I don't need the negativity. This is what I'm already expecting. If it does hold up, I've proven my point that you can go budget and have fun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just protecting myself because I know how the internet can get. These injectors, RDX injectors from TRC, they canceled this. And here's a backstory to that. I'm kind of glad they canceled this order because what ended up happening was they were in the process of shipping it out to me. And they said that one of the injectors was cracked or something had happened. And I really appreciated that because a lot of guys, a lot of these companies, man, they're trifling. They just want your money. They'll know something is messed up and they'll send it out to you anyway. And then you have to call them. You got to get a refund. It's just a whole big process you don't want to go through. It's a headache. So I appreciate them telling me that they're going to cancel my order. And I had to go find other injectors, which was kind of a bummer, but, you know, it was all good. I found injectors, and that will be up in the list soon. My conversion harness, it was some eBay company or maybe some China. Maybe it was in the U.S. I don't know. It says U.S. automobile parts. So that was the guy who sold it to me. I paid, let's say, $70. It works. That's all I can say about it. Wiring, like I said, you have to be careful. I don't know how long this is going to last. However, it works fine right now. The quality on this charge harness was, conversion harness was actually good quality in my hands. So, you know, if you want to go cheap with a conversion harness, you know, go to this guy right here, U.S. Automobile Parts. He has them for $70. My injectors, I did have a problem with these. I paid, let's say, $45. I did have a problem with these. The pigtails, these adapters, I ended up having to splice them. Actually, I had to end up taking the adapter, the top piece, the piece that goes into my actual engine harness. I had to take that off, use the side that plugs into the ejector, and splice it into my harness. So I had to cut the injector plugs that came off of my harness and splice them into the adapter, if that makes any sense. The plugs didn't work. That was the only thing that was wrong with these. They're not the real RDX injectors, as you can see. We'll see how this goes. Like I said, some fuel is nothing to play about. Once again, if you're getting into a serious bill, you're spending a whole bunch of money, I wouldn't recommend going with eBay RDX. Don't play around with your fuel, man. Just contact Acura Acura, because they come off of RDX. Contact Acura, and I think they're the same. I think they're about this price each injector, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe less. They're not that much. They're not very expensive. Like I said, I have a purpose. I have a purpose. This whole build, it has a purpose. That's again. This fuel pump, $20. I never used it because the sock was too small. I didn't have a spare sock. I went ahead and hit my boy up and got a Walboro 2. It was a little bit higher than 255. Basically, my fuel pump is good to go for a long time. It can handle, I think, up to 700 horsepower. And I paid $60 for that. Yeah. Thanks to him, I caught that deal. So let's get into some other things real quick. Sorry. So, I didn't want to keep recording the screen. Let's see. My axles. I'm on your Naka page right now. I got 02 to 06 RSX base axles. Right now, your Naka, they are $180 on sale. I did not pay that. I caught them on a better sale about a year ago. I paid $120. Those are the axles I'm running right now. Yeah, those are the axles I'm running right now. They work. I didn't have to do anything crazy. I will say with the Accord transmission, you have to use a RSX half shaft. You cannot use the Accord half shaft. The axle will poke. Say this is the hub. The axle will go way over the hub. So you got to use RSX half shaft. If you don't, the axle will poke way out. You won't be able to put your hub over the axle and bolt it down. So let's get into my engine mounts. All right, so for my mounts, I went with Hasport. I'm gonna get into why I couldn't use eBay mounts with my setup. All right, so I got EKK3s. I believe that's what they're called. EKK3s. 96 to 2000 Civic K Series swap mounts using the stock subframe. Yes, I am using my stock EK subframe. I don't have an EG subframe in my car. I completely left it. Well, if you know what happened, you know what happened. I took out the EK subframe like four damn times. We're not gonna get into that. But yeah, this works. I had so many people tell me, oh, it won't work, you won't have enough space, yada yada yada. It works. You heard straight from me, it works. It works. I'm telling you that these mounts, Hasport, they go over a certain thing over and over and over. Why would a company so famous, well, not even so famous, so well known, so many customers, why would they release something that doesn't work? So don't believe everything the internet says, man. Yeah, I paid $578 for these. I literally paid the same price. I guess they're on sale because they're normally for $600. I paid this. That price tag has been slashed out for the longest time. So I'm guessing since people don't really buy these mounts much, they're on sale, and they've been on sale for over a year. Let's call it $600. I paid $600 for these mounts. Reason being, I couldn't go with eBay mounts because on eBay, if I'm not mistaken, eBay only sells mounts that will work for the EP3 or the RSX transmission. They don't sell mounts that work for the TSX or the Accord transmission. That's the part that you have to be careful about. See, EKK1, RSX, SI, Though these EKK1 and EKK2s are the main mounts that everybody buys. And you can also find replicas of them on eBay. You cannot find replicas of the Accord and TSX mounts. It's damn near impossible. You have to go with Hasport. They're like one of the main companies that makes mounts specifically for the Accord and TSX transmission. If I had a EP3 or RSX or SI Trans, I would have been cool going with eBay, but I couldn't. I had to go with this. So keep that in mind. If you're using a Accord transmission, you got to pay a little bit more money for mounts, but they work. They do work. All right, so that's gonna about do it. I also, okay, I have a Circuit Works big tube header on my car as well. I got from my boy Brandon. They retail, let's see how much they retail for. One second, I'm trying to type with one hand. Let's see. Okay, so retail, Circuit Works big. We don't have to go big tube. I'm planning on racing, so I'm trying to get as much power as I can out of this K24A4. But big tube header, Circuit Works, they retail for $360. I bought that off of my boy Brandon for like, I think I paid him $150, I believe. Yeah, it was about $150. It was no more than $200. I do know that. So, yeah, man, I'm going ahead and calculate all this up, and yeah, we're gonna close out this video. All right, man, so this is definitely on a budget. So in total, I spent $2,474. I believe that's right. I had to swipe up on my calculator and continue this video. So I think that was what the calculator said. This is not including suspension, ball joints, traction bar, all the other stuff I bought and plan on buying. I haven't bought the power steering delete kit, power steering AC delete kit, pulley with the belt. Yeah, I haven't bought that. That's about another $120 add on to the 2400. So let's say 2500. That's what it cost me to Kswap with a K24A4, man. Not bad. You're definitely not gonna get that if you don't source your parts right. I did a lot of researching, man. Yeah, I did a lot of researching, man. For my engine harness, I literally paid half of what they go for on, most websites, like a K-tune header, a rye wire, not K-tune header, K-tune harness, rye wire harness, even an OEM harness is expensive for Kswap. They're like $600 to $900, man. So just that alone, I saved $300 to $400, and it works perfectly fine. The quality on it is good. I also forgot to mention that my engine harness had an integrated charge harness, so I didn't have to go out and source a charge harness or make my own. Like I had it there. Yeah, charge harness and conversion harness are not the same thing. Keep that in mind also. They're not the same thing. Conversion harness goes behind your dash. Engine harness and charge harness goes underneath the hood. Yeah, but that's gonna do it for this video, man. I hope I was very informative. I did talk a lot, but I gave a lot of information. I really did. Like I said, I haven't even took my clothes off, man. I'm sitting here down in front of my computer in the living room. Haven't went upstairs, nothing, man. Like I came and did this video for y'all, to show the underdogs, like, man, you can go K-Swap, you can have fun, you can compete with the people that are so-called fast, you know? You can do that. It's possible. With a little bit of force induction in a K24A4, you can go with a K20A3. A K20A3 doesn't make as much torque as a K24, of course, because it's a 2.4 displacement versus the 2.0 displacement. So it's going to be more torque. But you can still have fun with either motors. You can go VTEC killer. You can add, you can get cams. You can, if you want to have fun all motor, you can do that. You can do VTEC killer. You can do, what I just said. There's options out there, man. It's not the end of the world because you see a K20A2 or K24A2 online. You see the whole swap on there for like $5,000, $6,000. Like, that's without a shell. That's not the end of the world, man. You can beat around corners and do it a cheaper way, but safe. So I hope this video was informative. I know there's gonna be some guy out there that's gonna say what he gotta say and all blah blah blah. Cool, it's all good, man. I'm not here to help guys out that already know it all and don't follow this guy's instructions. He's gonna have you killed. And no, man, like I'm just showing the alternative. Like that's all I'm doing. I'm not saying that every part that I showed on here is gonna be 100% okay for a long time. Even if you buy the top dollar parts, you're racing. You have a lot of power in your car. Something's going to break. When you get into the hobby like this, there's not no guarantee that everything you buy is going to stay in the best condition. Like, it's not going to happen, man. You get into a hobby like this, you're going to beat on the car. The car's going to need to have parts replaced. You're going to mess stuff up. You're going to buy stuff again that you already bought once or twice. That's part of the game, If you expect to get into a hobby like this and you don't want to spend more money after you build it, you're in the wrong hobby. I know for a fact I'm going to buy parts over and over again, for my car because I'm going to break stuff. It's going to happen. It's just part of the sport. So enough of that, man. I'm going to get out of here and go get some groceries. But, yeah, man, I hope this video was, like I said, I hope it was a good video, man. That's all I can say right now, man. I'm kind of tired and, thought I'd come on here and do this video real quick. I think it's the longest video I ever made. So show some love, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your people. Let this video go out to somebody that's planning on going K-Swap. Show them what Tay did, what I did. Maybe it helped them out. Anyways, man, God bless. Keep gunning.